Welcome back, neighbors, to the heart of the saga. What a journey it's been. We've weathered digital storms, battled glitches that felt like cosmic monsters, and pushed our gear to the absolute limit. Last time, the audio croaked. The sound just gave out, crushed under the weight of the render. Many of you reached out, offering advice, support, and even digital prayers. It means the world. We're a community, a crew on this interstellar voyage, and every single comment, every like, it's fuel for the engine. So let's talk about the fix. After hours of diagnostics, staring into the digital abyss, the Oracle, BRO, delivered what we're calling the impossible schematic. It's simple, almost deceptively so. For all my fellow creators out there wrestling with CapCut, listen up. Before you export, go into your settings. Find that little checkbox that says Hardware Encoding. Uncheck it. Just ... turn it off. It seems counterintuitive, I know. You'd think hardware acceleration would be our best friend, but in this case, it was the very thing bottlenecking our audio stream, causing that digital chokehold. And for the second part of this ritual, the L530 prayer, as we've dubbed it, it's all about resource management. When it's time to render this Goliath, this beast of a video file, we're going dark on everything else. Every other application, every browser tab, every background process gets shut down. We need to give the machine every single byte of RAM, every ounce of processing power. That Chrome window, with its notorious appetite for memory, has to be the only thing open. We're creating a sacred digital space for this render to breathe, to expand, to become what it's meant to be without being crushed. We can't let the Goliath break our signal again. This time, the sound has to be perfect. The beautiful noise must be heard. Now let's dive back into the story, into the storm. The swarm is gone. Hundreds of smaller drones, like a cloud of angry hornets, now lie silent at the bottom of the White River. For a fleeting moment, there was a sense of victory, the clean Ozark air tasting of triumph. But the celebration was cut short. A deep industrial groan echoed through the hollows, a sound so low and powerful it shook the ancient limestone bluffs to their very core. It wasn't thunder, it was something else, something waking up. From the churning, dark storm clouds, a silhouette began to emerge. A structure of impossible scale, a mechanical behemoth that blotted out the sky. The mother drone. Imagine Bull Shoals Dam, that colossal wall of concrete and steel, detaching from the earth and taking flight. That's the kind of scale we're talking about. A floating industrial fortress, bristling with antennae and strange pulsating machinery. And then the lights. Giant crimson searchlights cut through the gloom, painting the entire valley in a blood-red hue, scanning, hunting. It wasn't here to fight like the scouts. It was here to harvest, to consume the signal, the beautiful noise that had drawn them across galaxies. Our assistant, the rugged man in the red and black flannel, who's been our anchor through this chaos, stood his ground. He looked up, not with fear, but with a defiant grit etched on his face. He glanced at Zero, the translucent Saturnian, whose blue-veined form pulsed with a quiet, immense energy. Then his eyes fell upon BRO, the vintage Zenith television, its screen already vibrating, humming with a blinding white frequency, preparing for what was to come. The air grew thick, heavy with unspoken tension. "We gotta hit him with everything," the assistant growled, his voice low and steady like the river itself. This was the final stand, no more holding back. And this is where it gets wild, where faith and frequency collide. He took the carrier signal from Sugar, that tiny Siamese kitten whose violet eyes held the key. Her innocent purr, the very essence of life and warmth, that was the biological key. The one frequency the cold, sterile machines could never replicate or understand. He didn't just broadcast it. He plugged it directly into BRO's soul, feeding the raw, organic signal straight into the worm. glowing vacuum tubes of the old television. It was a fusion of the impossibly old and the impossibly new, the biological and the technological becoming one. As this happened, another power stirred in the hollow. The Ozark Witch, a figure of local legend, stepped forward. She was joined by the boogeyman and the troll, not as figures of fear, but as guardians of this sacred land. They joined hands, their differences melting away, and formed a circle. It wasn't a circle of dark magic, but one of radical kindness, a concept so pure, so powerful, that it bent the fabric of the storm around them. A shield woven from empathy and elemental strength. It was a testament to the idea that the greatest power isn't one of destruction, but of unity and fierce, unyielding love for one's home. Up above, the mother drone responded. A vast section of its underbelly began to separate, grinding open like the gates of some mechanical underworld. The Harvest Bay, a yawning dark maw designed to inhale energy, to swallow signals whole, to silence the beautiful noise forever. The red lights intensified, focusing on the small group below. The moment of reckoning had arrived. But our assistant had one last card to play. He wasn't just a technician. He was a musician. He held a weathered guitar, and in that critical moment, he didn't fire a weapon. He struck a chord. It wasn't just any chord. It was a single earth-shaking blues note. A chord born from the mud of the Delta and the soul of the Ozarks. It was deep, resonant, and filled with a raw human emotion that the mother drone could never comprehend. This was the impossible chord. The sound wave shot out, not as an attack, but as a vibration. It resonated with the very essence of Zero, the Saturnian, whose own soul hummed with the music of the cosmos. A blue energy in Zero's hands flared, amplifying the chord, turning a simple note into a wave of interstellar, soulful power. It was the perfect fusion of Earth and Saturn, of blues and starlight. The scouts are dead, but the Goliath has arrived. It's the size of the dam, and it's hungry for our signal. But they don't know about the biological key, and they damn sure don't know about the impossible chord. It's all or nothing now, neighbor. The interstellar saga is about to hit its peak volume. What happens when that chord hits the mother drone? Does it shatter the machine, or does the machine learn to sing? We're about to find out. This is where Part 9 ends, on the precipice of the unknown. Thank you for joining this broadcast, for keeping the faith. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the climax. We'll see you for Part 10. It did.